Love y'all, boys. Love you. Love you. I go to war with every single one of you, every fucking game, all right? Love you, 1-7. Here we go! 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3! Win!
Yeah. Please tell me that I can't, that I won't, that I fail, that I'll never make it out, yeah. Please tell me all the bad, never good, fill my head full of every single doubt, yeah. Please say any negative thoughts, I pop off when I hear people say I cannot. I get off to the thought of proving everyone wrong, I won't stop to the top, so you better back off and get lost. I'ma stay loud, stay proud, never running out, never heading south. I'll be spreading out, call it word of mouth, can't put me down, I'll be getting loud. You can have me douse, not what I'm about, have your fucking cloud, it be raining now, I keep making sound, go another round, bitch I'm legend bound, can't stop me now. You don't wanna fuck with me, a slow burn like a disease. Just tell me that I can and I'll show you things that you couldn't believe. Just tell me that I can. 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 It's showtime.
Welcome to Friday Night Lights. I'm your host, Mikey. That is Tommy. And it's showtime.
What is up, Mr. Mikey? We missed you on Monday, man.
I missed you guys on Monday. I did.
Mikey you were the plumber, man.
I was itching. I'm not the plumber. I don't know as much. I know enough to patch and get me through until the plumber showed up.
All right. Okay.
So, our in our tub, the faucet in the tub started leaking really bad, and I was getting out on my new floor and stuff. So I had to find a way to patch it, and there's a whole shit show of a way to have your Monday. As I was getting ready to go through the good, bad, and ugly, did you do that for me? By the way,
I didn't.
Oh.
I it's not the same without you, buddy. You know what I mean? I can't do it without you. Come on, man.
All right. So it's fine. Mega late today. Broke 1 minute. Yeah. Actually, that was my fault because I was talking to Tommy beforehand and we were talking Bill's stats, and we're like, "Oh shit, we're late." That's what happens when I miss a show.
Yeah.
We have to catch up. What up, boys? We back.
Yeah.
It's Friday night. Yes, it is. And
we get to talking.
Yeah, we get to talking, and we're catching up on what went on this week because there was a trade deadline this week.
There was there really?
And,
Are you sure?
Brandon Beane sat on his hands.
Was there really? Because I didn't know about that.
It was sad. Next man up a wide receiver. Well, shit, yeah. Virgil. Let's ask Tommy how he feels about Virgil.
Oh, man. Not good. I'm not look, man. What? Listen, let's dial back. Let's go back. Let's go back in time in this offseason, Mikey. Once again, we hear all this hype up about a player in training camp, right?
Yeah.
And who was the hot player in Shavers, right? Mm-hmm. Shavers was the hot topic in training camp. He was the guy that was hey, watch out for this guy. And I said, okay, all right. Now, mind you, I got to see it on the field first. We have never yet to see it on the field. Instead, they bring in a guy that has one season under his belt, one game, I think, 75 yards, and does nothing. Virgil. By the way, though, and I get it. Everyone's going to say, well, he has speed. Okay, I'm with that, Mikey. If they actually use him. But they're not even using him.
Back and forth.
Oh, you're right. He does run back and forth. I apologize.
He gets his cardio in every game. I'll be interested to see if he's targeted, at all. He plays Spin comes in and says Virgil just plays peekaboo with the defensive pre-snap. Where's he going to be?
Crazy.
Where's he going to be? Here's my thing. Let's talk about it. So we had Shavers, we had Claypool who ended up getting hurt.
Yeah.
And the one that actually produced in the preseason was Handler.
Yeah, he had a decent preseason.
All over the place.
Yeah, he looked. I mean, I was like, oh, cool, man. This guy. I mean, he was fighting for that kick returner spot initially, and then we were like, we agreed, probably not for him, right? He made some mistakes there, not crucial, but we weren't too confident with that. But then I'm like, you know what? They still can use him as like a McKenzie 2.0. I could see him doing some stuff like that, like how McKenzie did. And then he didn't make the 53, and I was cool with that. I was still cool with that. I'm like, all right, you know what? Stuff him on the practice squad. You never know, right? Guy goes down.
Games,
Exactly. See what you got in them.
Yeah.
Never. Virgil, a guy I didn't even know we had Virgil on the team. Virgil, I'm thinking WCW or WWF, right? Right. I'm like, who the hell is this
bodyguard?
Right. Guys throwing money out there, But anyways, I'm like, who is this guy? So I had to look him up, right? Mm-hmm. And I'm like, he had to have done more in the NFL, right? For them to keep calling him up. Nope, 75 yards. So I just don't understand. Hamler is way more proven. I'm not saying Hamler's oh my God, so awesome, Mikey, but he's had way better numbers. He provides the same. As far as speed goes, Gadget kind of got
the size that Virgil has.
No, I get it, but Virgil. I mean, really, that's what you're using Virgil for right now. I mean, that's really pre-snap motion. I mean, they got him in there for speed, right? I mean, pretty much.
The 75 yards was on one play.
Yeah, I know, right? So why not? I just don't get it, right? Or why not bring back Claypool? See what he has. Bro, Claypool's better than that. Come on, man. I'm just saying, the stuff that we continue to do on this team, the decision making.
We'll get to more of it too.
Is unbelievable, man. It really is crazy. And once again, I'm not saying that any of those guys I mentioned are game changers, but they're far better than Virgil would be, right? They're far better.
Yeah, we think. We don't see what happens in practice, but at the same time, I'm like, well, I told you why Virgil was signed.
Okay, I'll counter that with you. I'll counter that point. You said we don't see what they see in practice. Okay. Everything I heard about practice is that Shavers looked like he was the next coming of Jerry Rice in the offseason. So why isn't Shavers, right? So why isn't Shavers called up? He got called up one time. They did nothing with him, just like they've done nothing with Virgil. So I don't understand it. I really don't get where McDermott's head is at. And he does. I should not be surprised, by the way, with this move, because this is the type of shit he pulls all the time, Mikey, with certain players. I mean,
Puna Ford. Let's be honest. Puna Ford sat on inactives, and now he's tearing it up in LA. Spin move sacks and shit.
If Puna was smart, he would have pulled a Mike Edwards and said, "I want the fuck out of here."
Yeah,
last year.
I don't blame Mike Edwards for asking out.
Of course not. He got a job right away.
Yeah.
He's
probably going to start this weekend.
Probably. Yeah, probably.
And
I hope the best for him, because that's some bullshit.
Cole Michael comes in and says, did they elevate him? No. Cooper is, game time decision. If for whatever reason Cooper doesn't play, the only one they've ruled out so far is Coleman. So at this point, if Cooper doesn't play, then they'll call someone up. And I don't think it's going to be Handler. I think it's going to be Shavers they call up. For whatever reason, they don't call up Handler. I don't get it.
Yeah, it is what it is. At this point, fine. If it's Shavers, but listen, I'll go back to what I said earlier in the podcast. If it's Virgil, fine. But use the guy then. Mm-hmm. Explain to me why then Virgil, why you're putting him on the 53. At least do something with him other than just have him run from sideline to sideline. Bro, Mikey, if they put him out there and they even did a couple plays for him, just a few, I'd be like, you know what, Mikey? Hey, the dude fucking ran a little jet sweep there, got us 10 yards in the game. Hey, okay, or he had a deep pass, Josh Allen, nothing, or anything, an attempt. Oh man, he was open, but Josh Allen barely overthrew him. Whatever. I would be like, okay, all right, maybe I see why. But bro, they are doing zero with him. I don't even get it.
We're also paying $8 million to Samuel, who we're doing zero with too. So,
oh, dude, that's a whole nother. I don't even. I think I'm out of answers on that one. I still am going with the injury excuse for me, but.
He is banged up. They came out and said it this week that he is banged up.
Thank you. They're honest.
Joe Brady came out and said, "Listen, he's fighting through it because we are, we're down so many receivers."
Put him on IR. They could have put him on IR weeks ago and called up Hambler this whole time. That's what I'm talking about, man. it's just so frustrating, bro.
And you know what's
like I
crazy
knew
about
it.
all this, as frustrated as we are, we're 7-2.
I know, and we're 7-2 in a fucked up division. Thank God. I'll be honest with you, because I think maybe our record wouldn't be 7-2
for a tougher
right
game
now.
next 4. I mean, we only play who they schedule. They only get 3 call-ups. Yeah, and then you have to put them on the active roster.
Yep.
It's just
What up,
one of
Beth?
those things. What's going on, Beth? Gotcha. Yeah, it's just one of those things. Let it go. Let Tommy get going. Hey, listen. Me and Tommy were talking about this pre-show, so yes, I had to let him get it off his chest. Tommy likes making a whole lot out of nothing. Like Virgil,
it's not a lot of whole nothing, no spin. That's my point. Like you think of it like that, kind of like last year when I made the punt. I was making a big deal about the punter in the playoffs, and all of y'all were like, "Oh, it's a punter. Who cares?" It matters. It's a team game. Every position matters. Like they do something for the team, right? Like every position matters. And yes, the wide receiver right now, like our offense is clunky still. I still think it's just not right. In my opinion, it's still not right. We're still coming out of the gate slow. We still have guys that why are we calling up a guy that we're not even using? If call up a guy you're going to use then.
And maybe they will this week now that Coleman's down.
I just don't get it.
And there's a good chance Amari's going to be down. So they're going to have to.
Yeah, there's another
starters are Samuel, Shakir, and
we can't catch a fucking break either. We trade for a guy, fucking guy gets hurt. Like I mean, it's the injuries on this team, Mikey, is unreal. Like I don't know what to tell you anymore. Like we can't wrists. We can't wrist. Next year is going to be what? Like our feet, foot. Like I mean, we can't catch a break, bro. We can't catch a break. Once we think things are going smooth, like oh hey, we're getting Vaughn back. Vaughn's coming back from suspension.
Down goes our rookie, and then the next game down goes Smoot. Amari goes down, then Coleman gets hit and goes down. It's just like one after another.
No, Cooper, right, was the week before, and then now Coleman, right? It's one thing after
line. It was.
Don't forget about Shakir earlier in the year.
Yeah, it was Carter who had the wrist.
Oh yeah, Carter. That's right.
That's right. Who had the wrist?
Yeah.
So. But
our linebacker, I mean, we can't catch a fucking break, bro.
Listen,
we can't.
We re-signed Jordan Phillips and Q Jefferson. Wow, I'm excited about the Jefferson signing. I am. I like Q. I thought Q was good.
Q's cool.
The first time through, he was played out of position. He played the one tech because Star knocked it out.
Yeah, I get it.
He did have 9 sacks last year with the Jets. So if you
do realize
in the right spot, he should do better.
You do realize the whole trade deadline. I don't think Bean probably. I could be wrong. Of course, I could be wrong.
No money.
I don't think he even got on the phone. I think what he did was he had a plan, and his plan was to wait it out to see who got cut, right? Who got waived, and those players were the guys we picked up. Plain and simple. He was bargain shopping. He was never going to make a trade at the deadline. He already made the trade for Cooper. Like that was it. We should be happy with that. And he went bargain shopping. I mean, that's what he did. And bargain shopping meaning he went and got familiar faces, old faces that
for a veteran minimum.
Right, for veteran minimum. Right. He couldn't even go out and get like different faces. He had to get the same ones. How many Buffalo Bills players have been back on this roster?
This is Phillips' third time around coming back.
Dude, think about it. It's crazy because I was thinking about it today. I almost wanted to text you. I'm like, bro, I don't think fans realize how many players that we've brought back that were former Bills players. It's crazy. The amount, bro. Cole Beasley, John Brown,
Shaq Lawson.
Shaq Lawson, Jordan Phillips, multiple times. Quinn Jefferson, Josh Norman. I mean,
AJ Klein.
AJ Klein. Matt Hawk.
Oh, God, Matt Hawk.
Right. Dude, and I'm sure I'm missing. Trubisky, yes.
It happens, you know.
Dude, it's unbelievable. It's crazy, bro. Like, it's like, dude, come on, man.
Yeah.
McDermott, can you please stop going with your guys all the time and just branch out and see what else is out there for once in your fucking life?
You know, in Bean's defense, this was the year that we were cleaning up the cap, so we didn't have a ton. So I get that. You know what I mean? There's always a way. I know there's always a way.
Is it really defense, or isn't he the one that kind of put us here? Just saying. How about not sign extensions to guys that don't earn the contracts, or sign players that aren't that you wind up cutting and losing money on? Just throwing that out there.
Most of that is Diggs. We're paying him $31 million to play for somebody else.
But there's also a lot of players on this roster that aren't performing to their contract.
Yep.
A shit ton, or hurt multiple years. How many players that we've now are we going to go through this? You know, like Trey White situation, Matt Milano's. Like, we're going to be talking about Matt Milano in the offseason. You know that, right? Yeah. Should we cut him? Should we go? Like, it's going to happen because he can't stay healthy. And it's honestly, it's a good question to ask. Should we cut him? I don't know. At this point, maybe.
Jefferson was unhappy about having to play one tech. He wasn't unhappy with the Bills. You know, he understood why he got miscast here when he left. And he was disappointed in how his tenure went here, but he always liked the organization because we also let him go. Like when he wanted to go, we understand we didn't use you correctly. It was that pandemic season. Star opted out. He was supposed to be the tweener between the 3 tech and the D end, and he ended up having to play 1 tech. So like there was never bad blood between them. He was unhappy with how the season played out. That was all.
Yeah, and I don't think if there was, he wanted to come back.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it was his right to sign. He didn't have to sign. And by the way, Phillips is still wearing his brace on his arm. He also has a wrist issues.
Jordan Phillips does?
Yeah, he's wearing a brace still. The same wrist issue that he had with us before. I forgot all about Frank Gore Jr. Jesus Christ.
You know, Hall of Famer. Hall of Famer AJ Klein.
That's right. He's still waiting, by the way.
Like, there's so many guys that
he's waiting for that phone call.
Every team.
Do you think all Bills players, former Bills players, just are on standby, like when they leave?
Spins
McDermott
right,
just
though.
says
it's not a McDermott thing. Every team has players like that.
I get that, but we just tend to have a shit ton that come back here. I mean, a ton. We have guys that are on boat trips that we're calling to come back. I'm just saying.
Yeah, Robert, I don't get that. We sign free agents and then we put them in the doghouse, you know, and then we make them priority signings at that. And then okay.
And then we get desperate and go sign former Bills players like Josh Norman.
Paying dudes too early. Yeah, paying his own guys too early. That's part of the problem. And they invest in the defensive line and they pay a lot of money for the defensive line, but they're always looking for that flash in the pan guy that can be the next, rather than paying for the actual production of the guy who's been doing it.
Right.
The one that they did pay was Leonard Floyd, and he produced.
And they got him cheap. And they got him on a steal of a deal, Mikey.
They did, but they still paid him $9 million.
No, I get it, but that was a steal for especially for what he produced. You know what I'm saying?
The rest of them are like, you know, the Settles and, you know, Tim Settles and those, like the guys that we're hoping hit, you know, the Vernon Butlers. Right. Like, man, we want them to hit. They showed flashes, and that's what Bean does. Because our coaches say, oh, we can get the best out of them.
Star Lachule.
You know, Star was good the first year.
1 year. Yeah, but come on, 1 year. Wow.
You know, Miller should be cut. He hasn't done anything since getting injured. He might as well not be. Dude has had 1 game back.
Yeah, we're not going to do that just yet, bro.
You know, Miller shouldn't be cut yet. First off, it'll cost us more money to cut him. We physically can't cut him. Right. Now, you want to limit his playing time. That's something they could do. I think they should give Solomon more of a go, because every time he's on the field, he makes something happen. But Solomon also blows assignments because he's young.
Right. He's young, yeah. No, fuck that. To me, you're paying Miller. Now, mind you, yeah, exactly. Now, mind you, he did rework his contract to be a little bit more incentive based or whatever this year. However, fuck that. put him out there, make him. You're paying him, make him fucking earn it. Like, go out there and do what you got to do. I don't, and you know what though? I don't think he would even care. Like, Von Miller loves to be on the field. Like, remember when he came here initially? He's like, I got to get used to this. Really not being on the, being on the field a lot, like, because the way we run our defense. Put him out there.
Yeah, I heard that too about Edwards. He wanted to be handed the starting job and he didn't want to compete for it. And then once he got back healthy, he just like half-assed practice.
Possible.
No, that's what came out from the beat writers.
Okay, well, if that's the case, that's the case.
And that's why and then he has to be let go, and we let him go because he just they said he had a poor attitude. So,
well, maybe because
they Jamar Chase. Everybody needs a Jamar Chase.
Dude, that dude went off, man, the other night. By the way, how do you feel about that real quick? The end of that game.
I think the refs call phantom shit and miss real shit, and it fucking is horrible.
I mean, but how do you feel about this? Forget the refs. How do you feel about the decision to go for it?
I liked the decision to go for it.
Okay.
I did.
I don't. Fine. Now here it is. Now, mind you, I'm not Mr. Conservative. You know me. Like I'm back and forth. I feel like the Tampa Bay Bucks should have went for it when they played the Chiefs because the Chiefs are going to go down and score right away, right? I'm just saying, like, you can't even take that gamble, right? When it comes to Chiefs, that's one. Two, they're an AFC team. You're an NFC team. Like, to me, like, you go for it there. Who gives a fuck, right? For the Bengals, you fuck that up, the game is over. Like, instead of tying it, there is no, 3 minutes left. And okay, we can maybe play some defense, get a stop, and maybe get 50 seconds left to go and score a field goal.
Did you see their defense?
No, I don't. It don't matter. I'll take. Listen, their record, right? Like, for me, you take it to overtime. The Ravens aren't the Chiefs. I get what you're saying, but they could have also won the coin toss as well. The Ravens weren't stopping the Bengals. The Bengals were going down scoring fucking 70-yard bombs.
So
I'm just saying,
the Bengals couldn't stop them either. They didn't want to leave it to a coin flip, and I'm okay with that.
I would have took my. I think that was a bad decision. They felt
like they couldn't be stopped on offense.
I think it's a bad decision, man.
I actually liked his decision.
And not only that, okay, so if you like the bad play call, at that either way.
Yeah, the play call was horrible.
So if you're going to make that call, wouldn't you want to make sure you go to your guy that's been hot all fucking night? Okay, I'm just saying. So then I'll play that devil's advocate. Okay, fine, you go for it, but then fucking draw up a fucking beautiful play. You get what I'm saying? Like, it was really confusing.
Listen, I loved the call of going for it. Get the win. You couldn't stop them. There's no guarantee you're gonna get the ball. You felt like they couldn't stop you. And let's be honest.
It really set them back.
The Bengals were rolling. They were also
the Bengals
desperate.
were absolutely
desperate. They needed to get that win.
I get it. So
that's why he rolled the dice. I love the aggressiveness of it. Because what if he would have kicked the field goal? They won the toss and they went right down the field and scored. Everyone would have been like, you should have went for the win when you.
I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't. I would not have been mad. Like, if Buffalo does that in that situation, I'm not mad at it. I'm not. I'm not.
If you're going to put our defense back out there,
no.
Or you're going to give Josh from the 2-yard line.
It depends on the team. It depends how the game flow was going. You said I get it, but okay. But but the Bengals did have some stops, and at the end they didn't. I get that the Ravens were doing their thing at the end, but the first half they were rolling. And who's to say? And by the way, I'll throw another one at you. They almost threw an interception.
We got to hit the super
right before that.
Yeah.
Oh, we got a super chat from Mike.
Oh,
you know what that means, Mike? I don't know if you know what we do now on the super chats, but here we go. That's on you.
Yeah, I don't hear the
oh yeah. Chat, if you heard that, let me know. Mike.
Yeah, let us know. I didn't hear the train whistle.
Yeah, but I think it's on your thing last week. You didn't hear that.
Yeah. So
thank you, Mike. I appreciate it.
Go Bills. What's the latest timeline on Milano? Seems like he'd make an impact this year. Milano's going to be late December. So we'll be getting him back like week 17, week 18, and into the playoffs.
That's what they're saying. Yeah. So hopefully.
I like the decision too. Right on. Yeah, people like the decision. I go for 2 points there. Yeah, I like how the Bengals played Lamar. You know, listen, you got to give Lamar some credit. The dude played his ass off last night. He was making the throws he needed to make. And he was throwing some beautiful layered throws too.
Mm-hmm.
Should have ran it on first down. The Bengals let J.R. Reader, the run-stopping DT, and the Bengals got a defense. Yes, they shouldn't have let J.R. Reader go. The Bengals defense is not good this year at all. But
no, they started off. No, the Ravens their pass defense is terrible.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they were Jesus. That was bad. Why don't you get a train whistle?
No. No.
No.
You know why?
I heard the no, but I didn't hear the train whistle.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's really. You don't hear the train whistle? What is wrong with you? Huh?
No.
I'm Prison Mike.
I heard the Prison Mike. I just don't hear the train whistle. Does everybody else hear the train whistle?
Here.
I heard that time.
Okay. All right. Just making sure. But so you heard Prison Mike.
I heard, yeah.
Okay, right.
I'm like, I can hear those, but why can't I hear the train whistle?
Prison Mike. All right, so we know our effects are working now. All right, good.
Actually use the guy. Yeah, that's my thing. And see, everyone goes back to Bean. This isn't a Bean thing. This is a McDermott and the coaching staff thing of activating. Bean's not making those decisions. The coaches are telling him who to call up and who's being used and who's not being used.
Bean is going to, what does it say there? What did he go back to that?
He said, if you're going to activate a wide receiver from the practice squad, then actually use the guy. It's not a Bean activating the receiver. It's the coaches telling Bean, we need this guy, and we want X, player X.
Exactly. Yeah, he's not. Listen, and Bean has nothing to do with game time decisions or how the offense or defenses ran. He's only doing what the coaches are asking him to do.
Yeah, he's going to get the players. That's it.
He's going to get the players that the coaches want.
Yeah.
Plain as own. Like that's not his job. Now I will say this though. Eventually, if you're Brandon Bean and you're paying for certain players, you want to know why those players aren't being used. Like eventually the GM should step up to the plate and say, yo, just a heads up, I'm paying that dude like, $5 million a year. You might want to use him. Or let me know so I could trade him. Something.
Right. Keon comes in and says, I saw the Bengals were playing a lot of 3-4. I was thinking about Milano, Williams, and Bernard. The problem is they won't take Tron off the field. The Bills refuse to get out of nickel.
Yeah. No,
McDermott is stubborn as all hell. He will not get out of nickel.
Tron, what is his usage rate? Like 93% or something crazy
Tron,
like that?
Yeah. They will not take Tron off the field. They are a nickel defense.
It's crazy. Yeah.
Only time Tron comes off the field is in goal line. It's the only time he comes off the field.
Yeah.
But Brady determines the usage of the guys called up, not McD. Yep. Yeah. It's the coaches. Why not call up KJ instead of Virgil? Virgil was getting ready to be signed off the practice squad by somebody else, so they signed him instead. I would have said, bye.
Yeah, good. Fucking take him.
You know how our coaches.
So who the hell was going to – what do they see from him? Him running side to side and said, bro, that guy there.
I don't know. I
can sure use him on my roster.
Brady's probably the person who chooses.
No.
I would imagine Brady has to say it's probably Brady and the receivers coaches on who's being called up and for what game plan that they're using it for. Call up both Virgil and Hamler. Problem is they probably won't call up Hamler. The next person that gets called up is probably going to be Shavers.
You got to be so disappointed, like if you're Hamler, like Shavers.
We said the same thing last year with Puna and some of these other guys. Like, can't get on the field. They won't put them on.
Yeah,
it's bringing
wild.
other guys in.
Yeah, it's crazy, bro.
Put Tron instead of Hamlin and run the 4-3. I would love to see Tron go to a 4-3 and see Tron fall back into free safety. That would be beautiful. I would love to see that.
Yeah.
Because he already plays deep third at times. So it's not like he doesn't know how to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Out of the nickel. That'd be awesome. I just don't think they'll do it. I would much rather have a third linebacker against Derrick Henry than Hamlin.
Yep.
That's why they get punched in the mouth a lot. That's exactly why they get. But Teron talked about it in the post game. He said we will allow them to run on us to keep big plays from happening. That's a staple of McDermott's defense. Let them go. Let them drive the field. Get in the field goal range. Bend. Don't break. They kick field goals. We score touchdowns. We win. That's.
I hate that. I hate it. I know, but hate it.
It's the McDermott style.
It's such a bad style. He doesn't. By the way, where is this aggressive defense that he promised? Like, it's not aggressive at all. We use no type of exotic blitzes, Mikey. None. No. Do we even have it in our playbook?
Yeah, we've run very few.
Very few. It's crazy. Didn't he send a lot of linebackers as well in Carolina on blitz packages too? And
he learned from Jim Johnson, who was the blitz king.
Right. And yet we just we don't do it.
We rush 4. That's it.
Yeah, that's it. Because those 4 get home all the time.
That's why we have 21 sacks this year.
Yeah. Right. Once again. And then we're going to wind up paying again for Greg Rousseau, which I love Greg Rousseau, but man, we got to do better. We got to get to the quarterback more. We got to have a guy. Can we get a guy for 10 sacks?
I told you. I told you last year. It's not the players, it's the scheme. The scheme doesn't allow for that.
Hey, I believe it. Who was the last player for 10 sacks? Jerry Hughes, probably, right? If I had to guess. Was it Hughes?
Didn't Floyd have more than 10 sacks last year?
Ooh, that's a good question. I thought he had 9.5. No, you're right. He might have had 10.5. I had to look. I don't know. That might be a great question.
I
think he just had it, right? I think he had 10.5. I could be wrong.
I think he had 10.5 early, and then he got hurt, and he just was never the same after that.
And he didn't do anything after that, right? You might be right. Check it out.
I am.
So Floyd, our 1-year guy. 1-year guy. See you later, bud. Yeah, Floyd did Nickel City. 10.5, I'm almost thinking, right? Or 11.5, something like that. Let's see. Mikey will pull it up. Prison Mike will pull it up.
What is his name? Something Floyd. What's his first name?
Leonard,
thank you.
I'm Prison Mike.
Come on, Mike.
Leonard Floyd. Here we go.
Let's go.
Last year.
Let's see if I'm right. 10.5.
Sacks. Last year with Buffalo, he had 10.5.
10.5.
He went 10.5, 9.5, 9, 10.5. Then he only has 3 this year with San Francisco.
Yeah. So that was a smart not re-signing him, which I understood. Like I wasn't upset about. Like, you know what I mean? Like, because he was going to go out there and get a little bit of money that we probably didn't want to overpay. I totally understand that. But 10.5, not bad. But once again, I kind of expected him to get about 9 to 10 sacks last year because of the way his track history was going out there. But since then, but I mean, honestly though, so since Leonard Floyd, let's say, was it Jerry Hughes? Was Jerry Hughes the last guy then to have 10 sacks? Nickel City.
That, no, I don't think so. I think it was
who was it?
It was our outside linebackers. God, what is his name?
No, are you thinking what's his name? Lorenzo?
Yeah.
Zoe? Are you serious?
I think it was Zoe.
No. Over Jerry? You think so?
Yeah, because
you might be right with Rex Ryan. Yes, the 1 year.
I think Zoe was the last 10 double-digit sack guy we had before that.
Wow.
I mean, it went Floyd, but before Floyd, because when Vaughn got hurt, he had 9. And
you're right. And Hughes was kind of like in that 6 to 8 range, right? For a little bit.
And Phillips had 9 that one big year.
Oh, you're right.
And he led it.
Yeah.
But I think it goes back to Zoe.
That's crazy.
I want to hit Cole's question. Says, I wonder what Bean thinks of Samuel and how they don't use him as much money as they paid him.
If it's truly an injury and he understands,
and they said it's been an injury,
yeah, then there's really then he's thinking, fuck, man, like I have the worst luck. I don't know what to say, right?
Yeah, I want to hit Cato. Cato says I'm popular, but unpopular. I like Cam Lewis. I don't hate Cam. I'm appreciating Cam more and more as a depth player. I don't know if I want to see him start, but man, I really like him as a depth player because he can play all over the place. And he is solid.
He is, man. Solid. Like That's a great guy to have on the team.
I was mad at him. I was mad at him last year when he let Justin Jefferson, one hand in.
Justin fucking Jefferson, though.
Yeah, bat the ball down though, bro.
Yeah, I get it, but that dude does that to a lot of players.
I know, but outside of that, like I wasn't a big Cam Lewis fan coming in, but I've become one. Like the fact
because you see what he does. You see what he does when he has to come in and fill a role for
all over the place,
right? For a game or a couple series. I get it. Roy Virgil has 2 catches in his NFL career. Exactly. Had to sign him to the 53. Jesus, bro. Bro. What's this Virgil guy? They're calling his agent. Yo, we want him over here, Texans. we heard about the noises making in practice.
Yeah, if the Bills want to play, Robert's not wrong. If the Bills want to play, nickel all the time, get 2 big run stuffing tackles.
No, we never do. We got a small line.
But let's be honest, McDermott likes his small defensive tackles and small linebackers.
Yeah.
And he doesn't care if we get run on.
We have just shredded McDermott and the Bills for the first 36 minutes.
And we're 7-2. and I still love them. I mean, let's be honest. I mean, we're calling out like what our concerns are. These are still fucking concerns.
And if like a Dolphins fan or Jets fan happened to be watching this now, like
I hate you motherfuckers.
You fucking assholes. You greedy fucks. Oh, you got Virgil come. Well, we are fucking 3 wins.
I mean, we could talk about the good too, but we started about, it started with we didn't do anything at the trade deadline, and our team still needed help.
Yeah,
that was the concern.
I agree. I now, mind you, we don't know if
he has one of the winningest coaches, and this has been his defensive style. But it's also the reason his defensive style is also the reason why we can't go over the hump in the playoffs.
By the way, Spin is a big time supporter of McDermott, so don't you dare talk about McDermott being fired ever with Spin, because Spin he wants him here till 2030. Okay, he's not going anywhere.
I want him here forever, but I want him to win the Super Bowl so he can stay forever.
By the way, did you hear my what I'm going to do if McDermott wins the Super Bowl?
No, what are you going to do?
So, because you weren't here Monday, or you were busy with your plumbing issues, I'm going to get a McDermott tattoo. That sounds
weird. Don't say that.
Yeah,
don't say it like that.
I'm getting him. Yeah, well, you were Mike. You're plumbing away. You're plumbing away. I'm getting a McDermott tattoo.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that's if he wins the Super Bowl. But you know what? My concern is that people will think it's Ron Howard, maybe. So I'm gonna have to put like Bill's head coach.
You have to write McDermott underneath it.
Yeah. I heart McDermott because I want to go all out. I'll put his face.
Yeah, get him clapping. Get the picture of him clapping, and then write McDermott under it.
Yeah, clapping a challenge flag, possibly.
Yeah. Make his butt really big and his butthole puckered.
Right.
We'll give the artist some freedom.
No, the clapping thing though makes sense, right? His headset on.
Yep, clapping. And we'll have like the challenge flag that fell out of his pocket like halfway down.
Yeah, he was just about to blow the game. The refs didn't see he threw a challenge on a missed field goal in the Super Bowl to win it. They didn't see it.
We got another super chat, brother.
Oh man, we do. Oh, you know what that means. You know what that means. Cat in the hat. All right, here we go. Let's get it to you. Thank you, brother.
The Colts defense isn't. Yep, the Colts defense isn't good when it comes to the run game. No, the Colts defense isn't very good all the way around. They're better against the pass than they are against the run. So I'm feeling it's going to be a heavy dose of Cook and Davis this week, especially with Cooper and Coleman most likely being down.
Right.
Virgil deep routes. Nigel Bradham, the last one. Nigel Bradham. I remember Nigel Bradham.
God, I forgot about him.
God. Yep. Yeah, Scott.
Holy
We said outside of Floyd, before Floyd's 10 and a
Yeah.
half, who was the last double-digit sack guy for the Bills?
We're thinking it's Zoe. I
Yeah,
thought
we're in Zoe.
maybe. I don't know why I was thinking maybe Hughes, but Mikey might be right. It might be
Hughes did it during the Mario years.
That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm because I almost forget how many years he was here. He was here a while, Hughes. So you're probably right. It probably was Zoe under Rex Ryan's defense.
Yeah.
Boy, Mikey, would I love to have an offensive coach and Schwartz is here as defense coordinator right now. Like I would take that in a fucking heartbeat, man.
Schwartz be sending blitzes all over the fucking place.
Oh, dude. Oh my God.
Someone has to defend McDermott and Cook when Tommy bashing him every time. Oh, Scott. True.
That's true.
Oh, it's beautiful. Yeah, Tommy gets that McD tattoo clapping. Yep. McDermott's Tommy's gonna get a tattoo of McDermott's clap.
I have no problem doing it either. Like if the Bills win a Super Bowl, I have no problem with it.
FGR is scared to say it. Sal can't stand him anymore. Yeah,
It's the same old story with him, man. It's the same shit.
That's what she said.
Exactly.
Tommy getting an I love McD tramp stamp. Oh yeah, where's it going, Tommy? That's the real question.
Yeah, definitely not on my lower back.
We got to let the chat decide where it goes.
Well, no, that's not happening. That's not happening. I'll probably put it. It would be on my arm somewhere where like it would be noticed, but it would definitely not go
Buffalo Bills Super Bowl.
Yeah. I'll make it.
Then underneath is gonna be a little tiny thing of McDermott.
A little tiny, little bald headed McDermott. Golly.
He hasn't scored more than 20 points all season. The Bills haven't scored less than 23. And I like our odds. I do too. Jimmy, I like that. I'm not really worried about Indy. The only thing about Indy that would scare me a little bit is the run game, but they are having problems with their offensive line right now. Like there's a couple of offensive linemen that aren't going to be playing, but that's the scary part because whenever we play against a beat up offensive line, they kick our ass.
Yeah, I don't even go for that anymore. I used to be like, oh, hey, we're going against these guys that just picked up from wherever, fucking Walmart. But
have you been calling a timeout?
Right, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
I was left ass cheek.
Yeah, not happening. By the way, we got to win the Super Bowl first for you guys to get excited about that.
Really? I didn't know that, Triggs. And what's going on, Triggs? It's been a while since I've seen you, buddy.
Yeah, man. How you been, Triggs?
I didn't realize Peyton was pissed off about Virgil leaving.
Really? How mad could he be? It's not that good,
bro. The linebackers. The best thing about the Colts is their defensive tackles. When Buckner's there, they're good. When Buckner's not there, they're not.
Right.
He makes that whole defense go.
Yeah.
Listen, Colts is must win, but we got to win this one. A couple tough games coming up. I don't think we're even close to a must win. We should win this one.
Yeah, I don't think this is a game. This is another game where this is a winnable game. I don't see this as a game where even without Keon or Amari, which probably there's going to be no Amari, I still think we're the better team. I actually look, man, I think this is actually goes well for Josh playing in a good environment, like weather, in a dome in a way, even if they open up a little bit, it's perfect weather for Josh to throw, in a dome setting, even if like I said, even if they open it up, it's fine.
Mm-hmm.
So I just don't think they have enough weapons or enough on their team to compete with the Bills. I think it'll be a little closer that we're missing a couple key pieces, but I don't see it being a problem.
Yeah. Roy comes in and says 12.5 sacks in 2016 from Zoe.
There it is. That's how fucking long. So think about look at that 2016 to the next guy. Yeah, 2020. That's fucking nuts, bro. That is crazy. And you got a McDermott who came from a aggressive style defense in Philly, And even with Carolina, he brung his the linebackers, Kuechly and what was his name? Thomas. What's the other linebacker?
Thomas and Shaq.
Yeah.
Shaq. What was Shaq's last name? I can't think.
That went to Tampa, right?
No.
Shaq.
He's still with Carolina.
I just know Thomas. I don't know why I'm missing his name. Thomas something. The other linebacker was
Thomas Davis.
Thomas Davis. Yes.
And then there was they brought in a third linebacker, and oh god, what was his name?
But it's just crazy, bro. All the money we spent, all the defensive, all the drafts, all the free. We have yet to hit 10. We had to get Leonard Floyd on a 1-year deal. It's crazy, this, man.
Okay, I'm gonna try to find it. Why you hit here? Where's our pass rush pressure? We get pressure. We just don't.
We get pressure. We just don't get home.
Yeah,
we don't get home. Yep.
Okay, linebacker. Is he not there anymore?
Who?
That linebacker. He's not there anymore. Can't think of his last name. It's Shaq something.
I don't know. Not Shaq Leonard, is it?
No.
Okay. I don't know that.
Shaq Thompson.
Oh, okay.
Jesus. Couldn't think of his name. Yeah, he was really good. He was the third linebacker. It was Kuechly and Davis, and then they brought in Shaq Thompson, who was like their big nickel third linebacker.
Right. Well, we don't have that. We don't have that here. So.
No, we could. We could have that there if Moana would ever stay healthy.
Yeah, that's not probably happening. I've given up kind of on those. So I'm almost giving up on anyone staying healthy. Right?
Yeah, at this point.
At this point, so what the fuck, dude?
Want that to happen next week, so we would be for the number 1 seed. We would need to win this week, and the only chance we have to get a number 1 seed or have anybody chase down the Chiefs is if we beat the Chiefs. Have you seen the Chiefs' schedule to end the season? It's not rough.
Well,
they've gone through most of their hard games already.
Yeah, no, I looked. It's. I mean, I'll be honest with you. A lot of teams have some cushy schedules coming up. Mm-hmm. I mean, the Lions have a kind of a cushy schedule, except for us. Mm-hmm. They play Packers one more time, but their schedule they already went through their gauntlet. The Jets. I'll be honest with you. The Jets. If the Jets can get right, really the only game I see them having is us. They have a cushy schedule. The Jets. So yeah, like our schedule, man. We have a rough stretch after this Indy game, bro. Rough stretch.
We have like 3 games.
4. What are you talking about? Listen, the Rams aren't a pushover. No, you're in LA. I'm not saying you can't. Okay, so 4 in a row. You got the Chiefs. You got the 49ers. You got the Rams and Detroit.
What 49er teams are we getting though?
Listen. I still think that's a tough team. I think that's and Christian McCaffrey will be back by then. I think he's coming back this weekend. Matter of fact, dude, I'm just saying that's not a pushover. That's a tough schedule, bro. That is a tough 4-game stretch against 4. And by the way, too, we play the 49ers. Now we have the bye week, so that might help a little bit, but we play them right after the Chiefs. Like, so let's see how we even come out of that game, right? What players were that's what I'm saying. What players are we going to be missing in that game?
Yeah.
You want to talk about the 49ers?
There's a good chance in the Chiefs game we're without our top 2 receivers.
It could be that we're without him in the 49. You never know. I have no idea how long this Cooper thing lasts. I mean, though they're saying week to week. Yeah, but Coleman too. Coleman sounds like it's almost like they're teetering on IR, but they're not going to yet just do it yet. Like, so they're saying week to week. So it might be a 3-week thing.
I think I told you. I think I texted you today when I read it. They said that they're expecting him to be out until after the bye week. So being back.
There you go. So about 3 weeks. So that would be like 3 weeks. Okay. So yeah, I mean, man,
Spin's not wrong here. We don't get home a lot of times because everyone is using the quick game against us. And the reason why they're using the quick game against us is 1, we can't stop a fucking screen if our life depends on it.
That's true.
And 2, we play cushion defense. So it's quick, easy.
Yeah, it's easy for them. It's easy for them to throw a quick out.
Yeah.
When we're playing 5 yards off the ball,
10
6
yards
yards,
off
7.
it. Yeah,
You're right.
10 yards off
Sometimes
the
10. You're right. Sometimes 10. That cushy. I mean, you can't do that, especially if you're sending a blitz or pressuring. You can't give, bro, any smart court. Now, if you play like, let's say, Mikey, like, who was the guy that we played for Tennessee, the fill-in?
Mason Rudolph.
Right, like that guy you'll get sacks on because he's a fucking backup, right? Career back. He's not going to kill. Now, mind you, he worked us in the beginning, but my point is the smarter quarterbacks like the Burrows, Mahomes, like they're going to see that shit coming. Their offensive coordinators are going to play the short ball. They're going to be like, okay, we're just going to fucking dink and dunk, just like the Dolphins did. Dink and dunk all the way down the fucking field.
Specialist. Yeah, outside of Rousseau, what Bills defense lineman could play on the Chiefs or Ravens? Rousseau, Vaughn, Oliver.
Vaughn could, for sure. Ed
Oliver
could.
would.
Yep.
Play on or start?
Yeah, that's true.
Play on. I could see God, what is his name? Our one tech. Can't think of his name. He got hurt and came back this year. I can't think of his name. But I could see him being a rotational guy with them.
Carter, you talking about?
No.
The rookie?
No.
Oh, you're talking about the guy that's on IR now?
Thank you, Daquan Jones.
Yeah, Daquan. Okay.
Yeah, Daquan would be a rotational guy there. Oliver would play there, but he would be an end in either one of those.
I think Rousseau might get a chance.
Rousseau and Vaughn would be players. But I'm not sure AJ plays very much there. I'm not sure Austin Johnson or any of those guys play there. So
Smoot might have a role there. The way he was playing this year.
Yeah. Yep. Thank you for the Daquan. I just could not, for the life of me, get his name.
He is not. He's, by the way, Daquan. I like him, but he's not. He's definitely not 100. He's either not 100% or he's not, or he's aged pretty good this year because he's not really the Daquan of before the injury. I haven't seen it. Like he's shown flashes, but I don't see like what I saw before the injury. You get what I'm saying? Like he's not really that aggressive force that he was before the injury is what I'm saying. And that could be a problem too with the run defense, by the way.
Yeah, and
because Oliver's not a big guy. Yeah, go ahead.
And Spin, you're not wrong. Our defense scheme pretty much makes it to where if we don't have a lead, we don't get sacks. If we don't have it to where they have to throw the ball and have to push it downfield, we're not getting there because we allow everyone to have the little 5-yard things, and that's why Joe Burrow beats us all the time because he'll throw the 5-yard out all day long. He doesn't care.
All day. Yep, all day.
That's what Tua did to us last week.
Yeah, dink and
dunked all the way downfield, catch and run. And
then they did nothing
tackling.
Yeah, they did nothing that was typical Miami like offense, which was like more like because they're more creative on offense. I think they're more flashy. Yeah, they're more like they just went with okay, this is what their weak spot is. This is how we got the lead early on, or we kept it close in the first game. Let's just go with that and see how they play us. And we never adjusted. We couldn't. We kept with the same defense the whole game. And they just kept scoring. So our bend don't break didn't necessarily work that game.
No, it didn't.
Because we broke every time.
Our offense picked them up. See, that's one thing about the Bills this year, and that's why we're 7-2, is when our offense struggles, our defense picks us up. When our defense struggles, our offense picks us up. Outside of the Baltimore game, where they both just sucked.
Yeah, that was a team failure.
That was a team failure. Outside of that, it's been one or the other picking the other one up. It's the reason why we're 7-2 is because we have not put a game together where everybody did everything they're supposed to do. I'm waiting for one of those games to hit.
By the way, real quick before you move on, did you watch a Tyler Bass post-game press conference at all?
Yeah.
Did you hear how he said, now, listen, I'm not a kicker or anything, obviously, but how he said that he always kicks the ball the same no matter what, even on an extra point. He goes in it like it's a 60-yard field goal. Like he doesn't change the way he kicks, meaning, other kickers, they might kick it a different way, low or high, or have the ball, you know what I mean, or whatever, like depending on where they're at on the field. He says he goes by it the same way every kick. I don't like I don't know if that's good. Is that good?
I don't know shit about kicking.
I don't either, but I'm just saying every kicker I've ever
McAfee, who is a kicker, said he has the right mindset.
I don't know. I guess, man.
I would love to hear from the Justin Tuckers.
I've heard other kickers say
that.
They kick like I've seen kickers too. Like they'll kick it low on certain like kicks or
like
high, like
kicker to get more power through it.
Yeah, no, but even on field goals,
winds, depending on the wind and how it is, they'll adjust the way they kick it.
Yeah, I don't know. It was just a little odd. Like you figured he would. Maybe that's why too. Maybe he needs to like just change it up on certain field goals. I don't know. Either way, but I just thought that was I never heard him say that.
He also has a shitty special teams coordinator telling him how to do shit.
That's true too. You're right. He could just be like, "Hey, I don't know shit about kicking, son. Just go out,
go do your thing. What got you here? It works, huh?
I know I'm a special. I know I'm a special teams coach here. Let's go do your thing, guys."
Yeah, Scott. We talked about this earlier. I don't know if Cooper will play. He's wearing a brace, so I'll be surprised if he plays.
Not only that,
and if he plays, he's not going to be used a bunch.
No, I don't think he will, and I'll tell you why. I think that they believe that they can get by without him in this game, and the Chiefs game is where you're going to want to have. Is where you're going to want to have him. I have no idea where Mikey went. There he is. Anyways,
sorry, I was sneezing. I didn't think you wanted to watch me sneeze.
I do actually. I do want to watch sneeze. No, but I don't. Listen. I personally, if he is not 100%, or I would definitely leave him out this game. I think we can win this game with Khalil Shakir, Dalton Kincaid, and then you have him out there for the Chiefs game. Get what I'm saying? Because you want to win that Chiefs game at home. Just saying. So,
yeah. Ed Oliver, Daquan Jones won't be able to play on the Chiefs and Ravens. I disagree with you.
Ed Oliver would.
So would Daquan.
As a depth guy, I don't know about starting.
He wouldn't start, but he'd be depth guy. He could play on the team.
All right. Daquan is not the same though, Mikey. Right now, I don't know.
You're talking about depth on those teams. They don't have great depth behind.
You're right. You're right. You're talking about depth.
Line.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Interior is Chris Jones and then everybody else.
No, I'm with you. I understand where you're going.
You know, Flacco's an older to a quick first reads or long throws. Can't run with shit. Yeah, you know, it'll be interesting to see how we play them. Phillips Jefferson could give us a better chance of proving the run stop. I do agree with that. Although Phillips isn't a great run stopper, but Jefferson is. Jefferson is an upgrade over our backup 3-tech. He can also he basically takes the smoot role because he can play. Yeah. He can play 3-tech or he could play D end.
I don't hate Phillips coming back.
I like Phillips as DT4.
Yeah, that's something like I don't mind, like, as long as here's the deal. When he was here last time with us, the only thing I didn't like when he was here last time with us was he got a lot of stupid penalties.
Yeah,
I thought I didn't think he was that bad when he played for us last year or the year before or whatever. Like, but he needs to clean that up. Like, don't do anything dumb that's going to cost this team when you're barely seeing the field, because I think he'll just be a rotational guy here and there. Like, I don't think he's going to be out there for many snaps, but I still like him. I still think he brings the energy, and I always love that about Phillips. He does bring that extra juice and gets the crowd going. Like, that's one thing I will say. Like, remember we were talking about that last week, Mikey, about players like who bring the juice. Remember on the offensive line, like what players are like that gets hype, right? That Phillips is that guy on the defensive line. Like that Phillips is a guy that can
better of him, and it costs.
No, I get it. I understand. That's what I'm saying. Like, if he can slow that part, and I'm sure, by the way, McDermott talked to him about that. Like, hey, you got to cool it with the penalties this time around because it was costly, you know. But he's not a bad player. He gets to the quarterback. He's a good pass rusher.
DT4.
Not good at run. Yeah, run defense is not the greatest. Pretty bad. But I don't mind him being back on a cheap deal. It is what it is. I mean, they went bargain shopping. That's who they got, and it is what it is. So
yeah.
But I don't think he's the worst either. Is what I'm saying. I don't think
I don't think so either. And you know what? I am really excited to have Benford back too. Although I didn't think Elam played bad. I thought Elam played pretty well.
I thought his shoulder got popped out. They said in that game. Yeah, on the
Tyreek one when he went down on the double.
Yeah,
move.
yes.
And he went back in and played.
Yeah, I know, but I heard that could be an issue going forward with him. I guess not. I guess he's fine.
He's good.
Okay,
yeah, good.
But they said that it's not a good thing. Even though they popped it back in, there still could be issues.
It wasn't all the way out. It was sublexed.
Okay, all right.
So it didn't pop.
He's not on the IR. Yeah, he's not on the injury report.
He was on the injury report the first day, but then he was full the rest of the week.
Okay, then good to go.
Yeah, but I thought Elam played well outside of the double move.
Yeah,
he played solid.
He's
Great
definitely
for a CB3.
Yeah, he's had a way better year this year for sure. But I am happy Benford's back.
Well, Benford, if I sent you that thing. He's like actually rated as like the top.
No, he's
this year.
Yeah, he's
in all of football.
He's up there. Guess what? Guess what, Mikey? What's that mean? He's
gonna get paid. That's what that means.
That's
he's gonna get paid.
That's right.
But he's the one we should pay because he produces.
No, I get it, but but the only concern I have for Benford, and it. What is it?
A lot.
He gets hurt a lot. I don't think we've gone a full season yet where he has not missed games.
Nope. He's missed games. And
so if you're going to pay him,
we won't have to pay him until next year because his year 4 is next year.
No, I get it, but either way, you're like Bean he's going to have to think about that part. That's the only part.
Or he's not going to be able to give him the top flight money.
Correct. And he's going to have to understand that too. And he's going to have to be honest with him about that. Mm-hmm. Because you can't miss 2, 3, 4 games a year, and get paid that kind of money either.
Connor, I have a really, really gut feeling that next year will be Elam, will be CB2. I don't think we're going to re-sign.
I don't either. Rasul. Nah.
I have a feeling that they're playing it. And when Elam stepped in, he played solid CB2 to Rasul CB1. Next year, it's going to be, it's going to be Elam as CB2, and it's going to be Benford as CB1. And Ingram, who's been playing better and better, is going to be CB3.
Yeah.
And then they're going to draft somebody to restart.
I would want a veteran though in here as just a depth piece though, just in case.
Go out and get one. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll be okay
which is fine.
Also, Michael was done with Titans on a 1-year deal. Yep. And he's probably going to start. Here's the thing. Edwards didn't want to, from everything I read from the beat reporters, Edwards had a poor attitude. He didn't want to fight for the job. He felt like he had earned the starting job.
Or that was promised to him.
Yeah.
In a way. You don't know.
Yeah.
You don't know what happened in the signing agreement. Like,
Touché.
You know what I mean? Like they could have told him one thing and then now mind you, though, injuries
can't get on the field.
Yeah, exactly. So that's not our fault. That's not the McDermott or anybody's fault. And by that time, it's a little bit too late to compete for the job. You know what I mean? It's not a quarterback thing. Right, where it's Josh Allen getting hurt and they come back. Duke. I get that.
Dukes, listen, I was talking to Tommy about this before we came on. That's one of the reasons why we were a minute late as well. We were talking about Cam Kitchen, the safety that we wanted.
The guy we kept, from the U, who I said would be a perfect who was there. Fucking guy was there for us to take.
Who's a playmaker, could be playing safety for us right now. And
who went late?
It went in the 3rd round?
3rd or 4th, I thought. Was it 3rd? Okay.
I think he went in the 3rd.
Okay, still later than what's his name?
Fantastic in LA and starting
Bishop.
And our 2nd round safety is
Chillin. He's our special team guy.
Yeah.
Now, mind you, I do want to say this, though, Mikey. We've done this. We did this before. We went down this road before, so I'm not going to.
Makes me want to puke.
I'm not going to be super mad because remember Terrell Bernard. I'm just going to throw that out there.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, so I'm not going to say right now it was a big mistake getting Bishop because you never know. Because next year, because next year, they're right. But next year we could be singing a whole different tune if Bishop winds up getting that job, and
he becomes what they think he's going to be.
Exactly. And then we're like, yeah, we knew that was a good pick, right? So that's why I'm not going to
listen. I already admitted I was wrong on Bernard. I was okay.
Yeah, me too. Me too. Yeah.
And I was pissed with the Dorian Williams pick.
But you know who we were right about?
Barham.
Who were we right about? Second round pick. Come on, you know who he is.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Right after Gregor Rousseau. Come on.
Oh, Boogie Basham? Yeah. I wanted Creed Humphreys.
I mean, I think everybody, that was the one side. I think almost everybody probably was like, what the fuck? We kind of knew it was
everyone knew Boogie Basham had already maxed out his ceiling there.
Right. Like, I think all of us were like, yeah, that's probably not going to work.
Take Desmond Watson in the first round, and you got the runs, the run stop game solved. There's a few big monster defensive tackles out there that I'd be happy to bring in as a first round pick this year.
Dude, we got it. We got to bulk up on the line.
Do you think Michael will come back? I don't know. The later it gets, the less I think he's coming back.
I told you. I just don't see it happening. I don't. Do I think that they had some kind of talk where, hey, man, if all these injuries start happening, if DeMar gets hurt and
we lose DeMar, we lose Bishop,
exactly,
down to
right
practice guys, then yes, maybe he comes. But
exactly. But I don't see him.
Bishop and DeMar and Rapp and Lewis. I don't think he's coming.
Right. And look where we're at in the season. Like,
wrong,
dude,
though.
like he would have, but you would want him if you're gonna do it. You've got to do it kind of sooner than later.
If we do it, we're doing
get him in football shape.
If we
you got to get him in football shape.
Yeah.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Got to get him in football shape because I don't care what kind of shape he's in now. There's a big difference. I've heard players talk about this, like football shape to just being in shape. Like, trust me, big difference. And he's out there getting hit, tackling. He's not tackling anybody right now. He's not doing any of that work. He might be, practice, or he may be like just staying in shape, but that's a big difference, Mikey. Like, he would need to get on the practice field and really start hitting some players, right? To get back in the swing of things.
Yeah, and DG, the one thing about McDermott, he makes his players earn the position. And that's scary that Bishop can't take the job from DeMar.
And I don't think he is, unless DeMar gets hurt.
That concerns me.
Yeah.
Because Cam Kitchens would have. With the way he's playing in LA,
absolutely.
he would have.
Absolutely. There would not have been a competition. I think Cam Kitchens would have won that very quickly.
In practice.
In camp. I think he would have won that position. And who knows? I'll be honest with you too. If Edwards doesn't get hurt, who knows where Hamlin is? I'm just throwing that out there. Let's say they did draft Kitchens and they kept Edwards, and Edwards never got. Edwards might be your backup. I mean, I'm just throwing that out there. You never know how that works out.
Bash and bad pick for sure.
Oh, terrible pick.
He's had a few second round whiffs.
Yeah.
Cough. Cody Ford. Cough.
Oh my God! Did you see him in the game the other day get fucking blown up
yesterday?
Oh my God!
Playing left tackle.
Holy shit! It took me back to
left
memory lane. Oh my God, bro! He got smoked off the off the jump, man.
Trying to think and figure out.
I said, this guy's terrible.
First round because there's so many holes on this team. We need the younger blood. Connor, you are preaching to the choir, brother. It's take the best player available. Doesn't matter position at this point.
Right.
Whoever the best player is, that's who you take.
Yeah.
I want receivers with speed in round one. Get a receiver that can take the top off the defense we have.
They ain't going to receive. They ain't doing it. They hate to help Josh out, boy. They ain't going to happen.
That's going to be defense. Just
right.
Expect it.
Get ready. Like, they think they spoiled him enough already. How about that? Hey, we took Keon Coleman round 2 and Dalton Kincaid the year before. That's enough.
Yeah. Yep. I don't think Mikey comes back unless it's a break glass.
Yeah, he is extreme emergency.
Yeah. I'd love to see him come back. I really would, because I think he still has football left in him. But
did you have any news, by the way? We've been on this for a minute.
Yeah,
I don't think you.
Oh, there's a ton of around the league stuff, but we got right into it, and I missed Monday's show, so I had a lot built up to talk about. And the chat's been on fire.
Yeah,
So I'm like,
good.
screw the around the league stuff. Let's talk Bills.
Y'all been good tonight, man. Y'all been steady tonight, man. I ain't lying.
We got Davis run the ball 70% of this game, and don't forget Allen's. He's a freak athlete, man.
No, that
Listen,
is.
we're still gonna have Shakir. We're still gonna have Kincaid. We still have Knox. Knox has been being used a little bit more the last few weeks. You know, Hollins played well last week. You know, we still throw it to the back. So our passing game won't go away by any means.
No.
You know, Kincaid and Allen only first round players. Yeah. But they took a second round pick last year. They took a second round pick the year before in Torrance. They're, you know, McDermott would say, okay, enough of that high picking off and stuff. Give me my defensive guys back.
I was being super nice.
I mean, look at our offense. It's still once again it's a Josh Allen centric offense.
Yeah, absolutely. No, bro, if we didn't have him, we'd be terrible. We'd be like Patriots bad.
Patriots. That's
just a real
cheap shot at the Patriots. I would have said Carolina bad.
You're right. We might be
not Patriots bad. We'd be Carolina bad.
You're right, because Patriots.
And McDermott wouldn't still be here if he didn't have Josh Allen.
No, fuck no. Are you fucking kidding me? That'd be another one bites of dust here in Buffalo. Absolutely.
But they hit on him. They hit on him. They groomed him. You know. Got to give him credit for it.
No. Listen, I'm with you there. They made the right decision, but man,
Knox is a big part of our running because so is Alec Anderson. We run a lot of 6 offensive lineman sets. A lot.
Yeah.
Of 6 offensive lineman sets.
Mm-hmm.
Which is cool. Which is fine. Did you have something we want to talk about on here, or do you want me to do the around the league?
Yeah, go ahead, do the around the league, man.
Head coach last without a franchise quarterback. That's a good question.
Very
good question. That's a very good question.
So now we can go Super Bowl. There's been Super Bowl teams that won without a franchise type quarterback. But like for long, no, of course not. You have to have a You have to have a franchise quarterback.
You have to keep getting one. Like Tomlin had Big Ben, but then once Big Ben
for a long time, and he had him for
always
a long
winning. So
time.
He made it after without having a franchise guy because he just.
You're right. You are right, but he also continues to win. Like he doesn't have a losing record.
But they said who does it without a franchise.
You're right. That is a great answer. You're right. Tomlin's up there. Let's see here. He's saying what coach is last. Okay, so Tomlin's one. I think Bill Belichick would have continued to last.
Well, Bill Belichick got fired without Tom Brady.
Yeah, but he was there a while without Tom Brady. Had left 4 years, right? Yeah. He was 5 years, a little longer, if I'm not mistaken.
Name one. I did. I named one.
He did. He just did.
Tomlin.
Mike Tomlin
started with Big Ben, but Big Ben's been retired for 5 years.
Yeah,
6 years, and he's still there, and he's still winning and making the playoffs. He doesn't go deep. Does Tomlin last long enough without Big Ben? He's 6 years in?
What about the Bengals coach? Even though I know they had the rifle guy, but is he a franchise? Was he a franchise guy? And he was there a long time.
Was their franchise guy?
What was he considered? Was he okay?
They were making the playoffs every year. He was the
okay. All right, so I guess we'll get on.
Right. He was their franchise.
I'll give him that. Who else? I'm trying to look if they go around the league.
I can't think
there
of
has
anybody.
To be somebody else.
I can't think of anybody that
like a long-term coach. I'm just trying to think of a coach that lasted a while.
I'm trying to think of a coach who had a long-term quarterback and then made it a lot of years.
Even after, I'm trying to think.
Okay, you can think about it.
Great question. Yeah, I'll think about it. That's a great question.
But a lot of people look at Bill Belichick. Bill Belichick got canned without Brady.
Yeah, but he was there 4 or 5 years.
Yeah, but so is Tomlin. Tomlin's been there 4 and 5 years without Big Ben, and he's making the playoffs and winning.
No, you're right. Yeah, he's still. You're right.
He's just a really good coach.
No, you're right. Yeah.
So we'll have to see how that plays.
And good coaching staff, by the way. He has a good coaching staff. Except for his OC. His OC was shit last year.
He didn't have a franchise guy. He's been in San Francisco for days and made a couple Super Bowls without a franchise guy.
You're right.
Purdy's technically his franchise guy now, but before that he had Jimmy G. And
no, you're right. And he wasn't
a franchise guy.
Okay, I like that one. That's a good one.
You know, there's not many. That's for damn
No,
sure.
there's not a lot. There's not a lot.
Congrats, you all found the exception to the rule. Listen, you said name one. I named one.
He did. I mean, he did. He named two, really. I mean, the
Coleman
49ers.
doesn't count, by the way. Well, you're going to change the rules on me? Okay, one that didn't have a franchise to start with.
Oh, jeez.
I just named one.
Who was
Shanahan.
Shanahan.
Are you going to call Jimmy G a franchise guy?
No.
He's going to 2 Super Bowls.
Yeah.
There you go. I win.
What about what's his name? The guy that got fired over at the Raiders, Chucky.
Gruden?
Did he ever have a franchise quarterback?
Gannon was fucking good, dude.
Franchise
Gannon was good.
Yeah. But what about Tampa?
Then he had Brad Johnson.
Yeah,
and
Brad
then
Johnson's not a fucking franchise quarterback.
Won him a Super Bowl. And then after
he's not a franchise quarterback, though.
No, but he didn't last long after a Super Bowl.
Neither is Flacco. Yeah, you're right. He didn't.
A couple
last more years, right?
He lasted
like
what, 4 more years.
Did he get traded to the Raiders, right? I think he got traded.
The Raiders
right?
traded him to Tampa Bay.
Oh, right. You're right. The Raiders traded him to
and
Tampa
then
Bay,
he won with Tampa Bay. And then that team got dismantled, and he lasted like 4 more years, and then got fired.
But I don't know if he ever had a dynamic quarterback.
Rich Gannon, when he was with Oakland, Rich Gannon was one of the league leaders.
He was good, but he wasn't I don't think a dynamic quarterback. But you're right. I'm just trying to. No, you're right.
They didn't have dynamic quarterbacks back then.
It really did. I mean, they had some, but you're right.
You know. All right, around the league, we'll start with Cowboys and Dak going on the IR.
Are we doing what are you doing? The downers?
Downers.
All right, go for it.
Dak goes on the IR. He has a partially torn hamstring.
I heard off the bone.
Yep. Eagles Hurts limited by ankle issue.
Oh man.
Olave out versus the Falcons, considering IR for his concussion.
Oh no.
Commanders Robinson and Marshawn Lattimore, who they just traded for, won't play. The prince that was promised, Trevor Lawrence, doubtful to play against the Vikings. All right, so Texans Collins back at practice, but probably not playing Sunday.
Oh, I thought you were going to be on the good news. I was almost about to give you the high five. Okay.
All right. So you ready for the 2 good ones?
Yeah.
McCaffrey is ready to roll.
High five.
All right. Okay.
He called the time away tough mentally.
Yeah.
And the Bengals head coach is fighting the NFL over the Joe Burrow late hits.
High five.
Oh, wow.
Good for his head coach.
Yeah,
but NFL.
It's gonna go get you nowhere.
That is the good around the league.
Wow, too. Oh my god,
and
dude.
I will have to say, I'm not an overly big Lamar fan. The dude's playing out of his mind. Right now.
He's
playing out of his mind right now.
Yeah,
I mean, he's helped by Derrick Henry and some of his weapons. But the dude is making it roll, and you gotta tip your cap to it.
And he's making better decisions. I feel like
he's layering throws. Like you can tell he worked on his craft this offseason.
Absolutely, he's putting the ball where it needs to be.
Yeah,
and once again, he's creating what Josh does. He's creating time for receivers to get open and make big plays. Because a lot of the plays, a lot of the plays he does is like it reminds me of Josh. Like when he's just kind of just under pressure, running around,
different than play. Josh. He's more of like the video game.
I get the joystick kind of thing. Yeah, no, I get that, but he's still. My point is, it's still on him. He's the one that's making
Robert.
that play happen.
Thanks for riding with us.
Have a good one, Robert. Thank you, brother.
Yep. Yeah. So, I just want to tip my cap because
you got to.
I'm not a overly like I thought Lamar is too hyped up by the media, and last year he won the MVP,
I agree.
and I didn't think he should have won the MVP.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think McCaffrey should have won it last year.
I do too. However, he won it because he was the number 1 seed. Like his numbers were putrid last year.
No, they weren't even. Yeah, and, they weren't. They weren't that
funny
impressive
because they're
all.
like, oh my god, he has 24-2. You know, before this he was 20-2.
Right.
Okay, Josh is 20-2 as well.
Right. No, I wasn't last year. I think this year you could see. Like
Josh has a better record. If record is the tiebreaker, like they said it was last year,
right? I agree.
It's funny, but I wanted to tip my cap because he's actually, playing like a monster this year.
No, he is. But that team. Listen, man, that team is not what as far as defense goes. Is if that's going to be their kryptonite, I think. Like their defense is not the same. Like how it used to be years past, Mikey. Like the Ravens' defense has always been on point.
Yeah, they're not this good, man.
That's what I'm saying. So, like that, I feel is what's going to stop them from going deep in the playoffs. Is that defense because they give up way too many points, and it's going. Look at that. Look at the Browns game. If they make if the Ravens make a couple mistakes on offense, even the Browns' offense. Think about it, they're not that good. They put up just enough. You know what I mean? Like, because they can't stop. So the Bengals were all over them, bro. I mean, and the Browns, the Raiders, I mean, they have some bad losses. Think about all their losses have been, except for the Chiefs, have been, and by the way, the Chiefs offense, not that good this year. Yeah. Their defense, once again, is what's keeping the Chiefs.
Better now that they have D-Hop.
Yes, I agree. But I'm saying when they played them, they weren't up to this point. Yeah. So I'm just saying, the Ravens you could score on. We just didn't, right? We had the unfortunate.
We had the snowball game.
Right. We just had a shit game.
It's that once every 3 years games that the Bills have where they just get run out the building. That was that game.
I guess my point is the Ravens can be beat. It's been proven they can be beat. They're not a juggernaut. They have a good
been beat
team.
Last night. They got away with a holding and a late hit.
I thought the hit to the face of Burrow should have been called for sure. I didn't think the other. I thought the holding was ticky tacky.
They took him to the ground.
I know, but I think there's a rule.
They took him to the ground.
I thought there was a rule between the first 5 yards that you can
jam, you can't tackle.
Okay. Well, either way, they should have saw at least the hit on Burrow. That to me was way, but either way, it doesn't matter. I thought the play call was shit, so they deserve to lose.
Yeah, like I can't believe they let them get away with smacking Burrow in the face, though.
I know what the fuck.
I mean, you saw what they let get away with Sam Darnold, but this is Joe Burrow.
Yeah,
no,
Darnold, I get it. Right. Usually top quarterbacks
get that call.
Or even receivers, get calls like that. Holding call. Like if you're a top receiver, you're going to get the call more times than not. So,
okay, that's fine. Listen, having Cincinnati not in the playoffs won't hurt my feelings.
No, they're a dangerous team. So I'm cool with it.
I hate playing against Lou Anarumo. That dude just knows how to call defense.
Yeah, dude, I'm totally. And they're still in it. By the way, AFC is a shit conference.
Yeah.
They have a lot of shit teams right now that are probably going to get. A couple are going to get in. So.
Oh my God! Right. Let's take a look.
I don't think. By the way, I don't think the Dolphins win this weekend against the Rams. So.
Dolphins going to be out of it. You think? What about the Jets? Who are the Jets?
I think the Rams beat. Jets have a easy one, I believe.
Because they're the ones I think that still have a shot.
They have an easy, bro. They have a cushy schedule, bro.
So look at the conference, right? Look at the conference.
Yeah.
So it's Casey and Buffalo, Pitt, who has 2 losses.
So I'm going.
Baltimore and Houston both have 3 losses.
So I'll tell you the Jets. They play Arizona at Arizona, so that could be iffy. That depends on what Arizona team you get, right?
Yeah.
Then they go home against the Colts. They should win. Home against Seattle. Once again, I guess it depends on what Seattle team you get, because they can be, you know what I mean? They're also like Arizona. At times they play well. Then they got Miami at Miami. Once again, what Miami team you're getting? Is Tua going to be healthy?
Yeah.
At Jacksonville, that's a cushy game. That's an easy game. The Rams, now that one could be difficult at LA. Then they play us at Buffalo. That one, obviously tough. And then they're home against Miami. So they got kind of a cushy schedule, bro. I don't see anything too hard here except for Buffalo, I would say, and the Rams, I guess. Like games that they should lose, Rams and Buffalo. Yeah.
Mr. Fulton, have fun, my brother. The most interesting man in the chat.
Oh, most interesting man in the chat. Is he here?
Yep, he's here.
What is he saying? Hello, Tom. Let me read it. Hello, Tommy and Mikey. I'm getting ready for my Special Olympics prom tomorrow night. You have a prom for a promo? You're cutting a promo or you have a prom? Let me know, because I don't know if you... A prom. Okay.
A prom, which sounds awesome. Have fun, brother.
High five.
There you go.
High five.
You got it.
You know, good for you. That sounds like it'd be fun times. Connor's calling it. Connor's calling it. Cards beats Jets, calling it now.
I mean,
Cards
it's
at the top of their division.
It's not impossible, by the way. It could happen for sure.
For real. Listen, the cards weren't no joke against us, and they're only getting better.
That's what I'm saying. But it depends on what. It depends. I know, I get that, but it depends what cards are weird, bro. They sometimes they don't show up. Their offense just does not show up. And there's other games same with Seattle. I feel like Seattle's the same way, bro. Sometimes they just don't show up. So it depends on what Arizona team shows up. I mean,
and the same with the
can
Rams.
beat them.
And the Rams are starting to get healthy.
And the Rams are getting that's what I was saying. That's why I don't think that's
Verse and Fisk and Cam Kitchens, those three rookies have transformed that defense as well.
Well, that's why I'm saying that 4-game stretch that we got after this game is not easy. The Rams are maybe the easiest one out of all the games we were playing, but they're tough. Like, if they're healthy, that is not an easy team to go against. They have a ton of weapons. You know, you got to get after Stafford basically. Because he is
he's one of the few that holds the ball.
Right. He holds it.
Should have a chance this
afternoon. Yes. You would think.
Not quick.
Right.
It's not a quick game for him.
Right.
You know, so we're looking at the AFC conference. Really, since he's not out of this, they're only 2 games out of the 7th seed, which Denver's there.
I told you.
And Denver's got KC this week.
Look at that. Look, that's what I'm saying. Since he still has a shot, the Colts, the fucking Broncos, the Jets are still in it.
We play the Colts this weekend. If the Colts beat us, they're right back in it.
Absolutely. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's just not.
Josh Allen on McAfee?
I did. Yeah, it was good interview. Yeah, McAfee messing with him.
You could tell they were having a good time.
And absolutely.
Did you see Gumpy all pissy at Josh? Like, why'd you got to do Baker like that?
Yeah.
That's a true Dolphins fan.
I forget the guy, but he was on I forget what show he was on. Not Rich Eisen. I forget the guy, but he was saying that he felt like the Bills held up a little bit against Tua on some of the hits, that we didn't want to hurt him out there. Did you see that?
I didn't.
And okay.
I'll be honest, I didn't watch much of the you know,
I only caught it because it was on YouTube. It was a clip.
Mm-hmm.
I forget the guy's name, man. No, it wasn't. No, I would know if it was Colin Cowherd. No, he was a guest on. What's the guy with the glasses? That host show. Oh, my God,
FS1,
man.
ESPN.
No. Forget his name. Either way, he said that he felt like when he watched the game back, that there was plays that looked like we eased up. Foxworthy, something.
Oh,
Worthy?
Dominic Foxworthy.
Yes, he was on. Forget the guy's show.
I know was he on the Jim Rome show?
Not Jim Rome.
Because he goes on Rome.
Yeah, this guy, I think he almost does his own. He's not on FS1 or ESPN. I think he has his own platform. He used to be on ESPN way back in the day.
Okay.
Either way, he said it on there. He felt like. So what do you think? Yes, Dan Patrick.
Okay.
Yes, that's who. I felt like he held up or we held up on some plays. Do you think there's any?
I haven't gone back
that?
to watch it, so I have no comment.
Okay. I was just curious. Neither did I will say this though: the week before, talking to Captain D when they played Arizona, when I was watching Red Zone, I did see a play where I felt like a Cardinals defender held up a little bit when he could have really cracked him.
Surprise me.
No, yeah. So the only reason I'm bringing that up is I wonder if the rest of the NFL, like guys, because they're all really kind of a brotherhood in a way. The NFL, you know what I mean? If they're all like worried when they play Tua,
maybe
you get what I'm saying? Like holding up a little bit on him. I'm just curious about that.
Is Ocho the biggest Bills hater?
Ocho, he does hate a lot, but I don't really watch their show much. The Nightcap guys, I don't really.
The biggest Bills hater is Bart Scott.
He's him and the
Nick
Chiefs
Wright.
guy, Nick Wright. Yeah, he's one of the worst. Yeah.
Although this year,
but you're right,
he's actually
Scott.
he's been one of the Bills supporters, as everyone else has been shitting on the Bills this year. Nick Wright has.
Oh, one more thing. Did you hear the Shady interview when he was talking about McDermott?
Oh,
now that's an interesting one, Mikey. This one's a juicy one. So it was a few days ago. I forget what show he was on. And he was talking about.
We're not speaking anymore.
It might have been.
It's the new one that him and.
It was a bunch of.
Acho and Chase.
But I'm not sure. I'm not sure if it was that or he was on a get. I forget. But either way, he talked about his last year in Buffalo and how McDermott, his second year, his last year, called him into his office. And McDermott told him, hey, I feel like you're not giving it your all out there. Like something's holding you back. And Shady's like, what are you talking about? I was a Pro Bowl, all pro, blah, 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 blah. And then I guess he just started to, he said McDermott started to go on a rant about or something. And Shady said he just walked out of it. He didn't want to hear his bullshit.
I didn't hear that at all. And that's not covered at all.
You gotta watch.
I'll go find it.
I'm saying it wrong, like totally, but basically in a nutshell.
Ocho. Not Ocho. He meant Ocho.
In a nutshell, he's like
a hater. Ocho's always been a hater though. Ocho also changes his tune with the wind. Ocho so badly wants to be that next big anchor guy. So he changes his tune with the wind.
Yeah.
I can't stand listening to that guy. With the glasses on the facility. Yeah, the facility, that's the name of it. Yeah. Used to be on Speak. Yep. That's Acho.
Yep.
So I'll tell you, who else is a big Bills hater? Keyshawn Johnson.
Oh, yeah, totally. 100%.
Cam Newton said that the Dolphins were going to spank us because Tua was back. Did he not watch week 2 when Tua was there?
Oh, I know. Trust me.
Keyshawn is the biggest hater. Yeah, Keyshawn hates the Bills. Yeah, he might be a bigger hater than Nick Wright. Nick Wright's just obnoxious. Cam Newton. Yeah, man. Cam Newton's so bad. Like, do you watch the games?
Right.
At the end of the day,
right.
All right, Tommy, what do you got for us? We've been here 90 minutes. What do you got on tap for us?
All right, so
our keys of the game and our predictions.
Yeah, man. So as usual, tomorrow, 2:00 is Mikey and Howie on Fantasy Kingdom. You don't want to miss that. 2 p.m. Their show's been gaining steam, and they have a new poll that they're going to be doing this weekend and moving forward. So you guys don't want to miss out on that because you guys want to vote, get your votes out. And Mikey will explain.
They'll get to choose what the hot pepper challenge is. And if they get it right, they'll be responsible for how we eat the hot pepper.
Exactly. So Mikey will explain that more to you guys tomorrow, because I know some of you guys don't go on there and you have a whole nother crowd sometimes on that fantasy football show. So he'll explain everything to you guys prior, and it'll also probably be on the ticker, whatever. So that's at 2 p.m. 4 p.m. is AFCE Shakedown. That will be on Mafia Sports Report. You don't want to miss that either. And then pregame will be at 11:30, and Aramis will be joining me pregame this weekend. So that'll be fun. We'll do the big three, and then postgame is me and Mikey. So
he'll choose the pepper, you choose the challenge.
Exactly.
And when I said what did you have, I didn't mean like do the the end all thing. Don't you have a article?
Oh, I do. Tonight? Yeah.
That's what I meant.
Yes. I didn't know.
I wasn't trying to rush us off.
Oh no, I thought you meant just in general, because we don't do anything by script. We can go any route you want.
All right. Didn't you have an article for us?
Yeah, tonight? I do. So let's do the storylines to watch for in week 10. Once again, shout out to Bill's Wire for creating this article. So 5 stories, Mikey. So let's see what Bill's Wire has for us. Close one? Question mark at Lucas Oil. The Bills are favored over the Colts by 4.5 points to open the week. The home team typically receives a field goal bump, and that's Indianapolis. But that's for a good reason this week. The Colts have won 75% of their games at Lucas Oil Stadium. Indy has also beaten Buffalo 4 straight times at home. I did not know that. No day in the NFL is a walk in the park, and despite the Bills being the better team on paper, this could be set as a trap type of game for Buffalo. The Bills can't let that happen. Mikey, trap game?
They've been saying that for weeks now since we started on our win streak. Right. Every game's a trap game for the Bills.
Right, so
when they win, they're like, "Nope, well, no, this one's a trap game."
Right.
This one is technically considered a trap because it's the game before the Chiefs.
Right.
So technically, are we going to be looking past the Colts to the Chiefs? I don't think so. This Bills team seems to, have their priorities in focus and are taking one game at a time. Just trying to get better. Also, I don't think they can afford to because of the injuries that they have. They have to focus. There isn't like, okay, we have our guys out there, we can just roll out and do what we need to do. Right. They're playing with a bunch of backups right now. Right. They need to focus on what's at hand because they know their 7-2 record could easily turn into 7-6.
Yep. You want to tell Cat in the Hat what pepper, by the way, he's eating? Because I have no idea.
I'm half Spanish. What pepper? He eats jalapeno peppers. He grows them in his garden, and he goes out and picks them. And he picks them at different times. So some of them are really hot. Some of them are green. Some of them are red. Some of them are yellow. Like there's all kinds of them. Depends on when he pulls it off.
I'm Prison Mike.
All right. So you're
the shaking fools. What?
You ready? Let's get to the next one. Flashback to first time. Oh, man. The Colts have turned their quarterback over to veteran Joe Flacco. In 2018, a rookie quarterback named Josh Allen made his NFL debut against the Baltimore Ravens. Quarterback named Joe Flacco. That will likely be a talking point, and with good reason. Time is hell of a thing, and these two facing off again is an interesting storyline. Benching Anthony Richardson for Flacco will be a talking point in the Bills locker room throughout this upcoming week. Mikey, your thoughts? I totally forgot about that.
I think them benching Richardson actually is a favor to the Bills because we struggle with mobile quarterbacks.
Yeah. Now, normally, Now, I agree with you on that point, but outside of us, I think it's a right decision. But I agree with you.
I do.
Yeah.
I think it's right decision for this year. I think it's the wrong decision for the future of the franchise.
Oh, absolutely. Because then
he has to get reps in order to get better.
I totally agree with that as well.
But
unless they think at this point
he's a lost cause.
He's a lost cause.
You're giving up on a guy, like 8 games into his career because he only played 4 games last year.
He was hurt.
He played a few games this year. He got hurt a little bit and came back. So
the question is though, but here's the problem. Are they benching him now for the remainder of the season, or are they benching him for partial and put him back in almost as a punishment? Yeah, eliminated and almost like
they had to bench him because of the whole
a form of a punishment. It's what I'm saying. Because here's the problem. If they don't put him back in and they don't make the playoffs and they still don't put him in, just to say hypothetically, there's no way that guy comes back with any sort of confidence or wanting to be back in Indy.
Yeah.
I think they have to at some point.
I think they will
put him in.
Eliminated.
Yeah, But even then, it's like you would think though his confidence has to be a little bit down.
Yeah. It depends on how the locker room is.
Well,
rallying
it depends
around
on him. It depends on him too,
and how his mental makeup is.
That's what I mean. Yeah, like what kind of person is he? I have
Yeah.
no idea how he's going to respond to this because he didn't respond to the getting tired. Like he should know better, right? As a like never want to get yourself off the field unless you're hurt. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Listen, Josh Allen ain't tapping out. You can't get the guy. He tore his freaking ulcer nerve in his elbow and he didn't tap out.
Who was the coach, the idiot coach that was on a I'm trying to think of the guy. The Lions old coach that went on a messed his leg up and stood behind like a bunch of what was his name?
Patricia? Not Patricia? He was on like the little scooter thing, and then he sat up on top of like the little deck thing.
He went behind like the water jugs.
Yeah, Patricia.
So, oh my god! Yeah, I don't know why I thought of that because I was thinking of injury coach getting hurt.
Yeah, you're not tapping out as a quarterback. I've never seen a quarterback tap out ever. Unless it's injury, and even then, like they don't want to. Like it's like a boxing. Out, they get helped off the field.
That's what I mean. Yeah, it's like a boxing mentality, like a boxer mentality, right? Like they don't want.
He was better off playing up. Oh, I hurt my knee on that because it looked like his knee got.
Yes, like I'm shocked that he didn't go there.
Dude.
Right, dude. Absolutely.
Oh man, I was tired. I had to tap out.
And I'm sure throughout the history of the league, there's been a quarterback that's bullshitted and went out.
I watched Josh Allen run the 20 plus yards that he ran, get called back, and then play the next play.
Right.
He didn't hand the ball off. He threw it and ran around again.
Yeah, and get walloped at the same time, probably, right? And
like,
still go back.
You don't tap out.
Right, yeah. You're young. You're young.
Old Elway dive over people,
right?
Get helicoptered, get up and still play.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
What
dude,
are we doing here?
And you're comparing yourself to Lamar. I mean, dude, come on, man. Got to get better.
Say what you want about Lamar. He doesn't tap out unless he has to poop.
No, absolutely not. All right, let's get to the next one. Any moves upcoming? And I can already tell you that. No. So we'll skip right past that. Injury updates. Cornerback Christian Benford and wide receiver Amari Cooper are players the Bills want in the lineup. They did not suit up last week. We all know that. And is dealing with wrist injuries. These two give Buffalo a big edge against any team. Will they suit up against Colts? Benford, we already know, is Cooper is game time, and I don't think he plays. Dealing with JT. Okay, so here's the one we need to really pay attention to here. Colts running back Jonathan Taylor is one of a few lasting running back studs left in the NFL right now. The Bills have been spotty defending the run in 2024. Yes, we have been. Their offense led by Allen, plus their defense are the two factors that need to be ready to face Taylor. He could break everything. He could break up everything Buffalo has planned ahead of this one. If the Bills get a good on offense, it could make Indianapolis abandon their rushing attack. Meanwhile, defensively, it's self-explanatory. Stop Taylor if you can.
Okay, so scroll up just a little bit.
Sure. Let me go back up.
They say just a little bit.
Yeah. That's it.
Colts running back.
Where am I go?
They're saying stop.
I'm done.
Their offense led by Allen plus their defense are the two factors. You mean offense and defense are the two factors to win a game? That's groundbreaking.
Yes, thank
news.
you. Well, by the way, Bill,
come on.
I know Bill's
really?
Wire. I love them, but sometimes
I do too, but like
they don't.
Really?
They don't. Yeah, they had us last week, so I'm doing my video, Mikey, and they're like in Miami. I'm like, bro, we're in Buffalo.
Yeah, like really.
Get it right, guys.
I think what they're trying to say is if the Bills offense can start fast, is what they were trying to say. But how they wrote it didn't come out.
Yeah, I know. I will say, yeah, I don't think they have a proofreader.
No. I would say they do not have, an editor.
Just throw it out there, man. We got to get
it out there.
Tommy will get through it. We know he's the only.
Like I can read through the bullshit, but at the same time, like really, You know, hey,
Oh,
it is what
my
it is.
God.
We appreciate them putting these articles out. So
Hey,
we
they
can
helped me,
talk about
man.
it.
They helped me. They're my third co-host. All right.
Yep. Lamar tapped out. I forgot about that. Yeah, when he had to poop. Remember?
Yeah. And he went out the other day, didn't he? In the Bengals game, he went running into the. I think he had to go to the bathroom in that one. I saw him run into the tunnel.
Yeah, we went. Yeah, he went in the tunnel. I don't know where he went or what he was doing, but
I think he has to go to a lot of bathrooms. Yeah, he has.
he's also he's also dealing with a knee injury. So they say.
Oh, okay. Maybe. I don't know.
Like he's not practicing at all right now.
No, okay.
He was only playing the game, so we'll have to see how that plays out. All right, so it's time for score predictions, brother.
Ooh.
You ready? We'll let you start. Score prediction and X factors.
Yeah, so my score prediction real quick, 27-13 Buffalo.
27-13.
27-13. By the way, I'll never listen to Aramis again on the 40 burger thing. You killed me last week. You got me all hyped up with this.
34-24.
Okay. Wow, over 30. Okay. I just don't, you know why I don't have it over that? Because I'm not sure about if Cooper will play. And I obviously Coleman's not playing. So I'm trying to factor in weapons that we're losing on offense that might play a little bit of a factor here.
I think
I also think we're going to run the ball a lot more, which will kill the clock a little bit more.
And they're going to run the ball, which will make it a fast game.
Yeah. So
here's how I see it playing out. I see us going up in the first half, 24-7, right?
Okay.
Damn, we're running the ball.
That'd be fucking amazing.
We're up 24-7.
You said we come out the fucking gates of 24. I'll take it, Mike. Holy
24-7 at halftime, right? And then
we're on fire. All right, go ahead.
They're scoring down garbage time touchdowns and the kicker, or it's 24-10 or something like that at halftime, and they get a garbage time touchdown or two that puts them at 24, and then we just they're going for it more on fourth down, so we're getting short fields and we're putting kind of like how we did with Miami earlier in the season, where they just kept having to go for it, and we did that against a few other teams where we got a big and then they just kept having to go for it, so we kept getting short fields.
I'm just scared. I'm just scared to say the Bills are going to go up big early in any game because I haven't seen it. And
hey.
I'm just being real. Like, we have started super slow.
This is what we're doing.
And your vision, Joe Brady just goes off on his play
bag from the start.
Yeah. And in your vision,
didn't we do that
Virgil
against, Seattle
hits a 95-yard touchdown bomb. Started off hot.
Yeah, got off early, got a big on them. Go back to the Seattle game.
What was the first half score on that? You might be right, but there was also some errors there.
Say that again.
There was also some fuck ups by Seattle.
No. Before that.
What did I say? I don't know.
Yeah, you were right.
You might what were you right? I don't know.
Yeah. It was 14-3.
What was it? Oh, well, 14. Ooh, wow.
And then we dropped 17 points in the second half.
Right. Much better second half.
14-3.
We don't necessarily. I'm just saying our offense first half. What is our matter of fact? Go ahead. Look at our scores. I'm just curious. What has our first half offense look like over the past, I don't know, month?
Let's go back
over the next 4 games.
Them, right? No, I'm going to go over all of them. 10 points in the opening week.
Ugh.
Against Miami, we had
Miami was better, I think, right?
Yeah,
that was a
good 24 in the first.
There we go. That's a rarity. Okay, go.
Yeah, against the Jags, we had like 30, 34 at the halftime.
The Jags, we wowed. That was our best. Yeah, that was impressive. But I can't think of anything else.
Jets, I'm skipping the 2 losses.
Yeah,
the Jets, we had 20. It's 2017 at halftime.
Surprise. Okay.
And then we both scored 3 points in the second half. All the scoring was done in the first half.
Disgusting.
The Titans, we were down 10-7 at half, and then we went on a 27-0 run in the second half.
Yeah, still disgusting. Okay, 7 points. What the fuck?
The Seahawks, we had 14. It was 14-3.
That's not impressive. Go ahead.
And then we had 6 points in the first half last week. It was down
shitty.
10-6.
So for the most part, we haven't had the greatest first half, I would say, for the most part.
Yeah.
this
So,
season.
and in
Not
my theories,
it could happen this game. We could have
every
20
couple
points.
games we get out there and we smack some guys around. So this could be the game.
with missing some pieces. That's the only thing I
Listen. You have 17 behind center. You got a chance to do it.
Matt Collins goes off. Virgil goes off.
No. Cook goes off. Kincaid and Shakir go off. I'm not saying the backups are doing shit.
No.
Listen, don't make Prison Mike come out.
I'm Prison Mike.
Don't make Prison Mike come out. All right, give me your X Factor.
I'm Prison Mike.
All right, here you go. So, X Factor on offense. Jeez, because we're so depleted. I'm gonna go in this one. I almost want to say Virgil, just to be an asshole. I'm gonna go Shakir because he's the only real weapon we have right now. You're gonna Cook. All right. I almost went Ray Davis, but I'm gonna go Shakir because he's our true weapon.
I'm gonna go our running back room.
Okay, that's fine. And you know what? I don't hate it because I was teetering towards Ray Davis. I was like, but I'm like, you know what?
I'll go our running back room. I think it's gonna be a big week, and I think it's gonna be big in the past.
Might be right.
Too, our running back room.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I was like, but I'll stick with what I said, Shakir, and I'll go defense. I'll say
no Pittman.
Flacco, who doesn't really run a lot, right? He is a pocket passer. All right, I'm going to go Gregory Rousseau this game. I think Rousseau does get a sack here. I don't know, maybe two.
I think you're going to see Vaughn.
You know what? I'm going to go 2 sacks, Rousseau. I'm going to even throw a one out there, even more to it. 2 sack performance.
I'm going to say you're going to see Vaughn with a sack.
Ooh, I like it. Okay.
Vaughn getting the sack. The closing. He's going to close it out for us with the sack.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yep. So, all right, guys, that is our predictions for this week. Oh, the keys to the game. I didn't even do the keys to the game.
Oh my God!
Holy shit.
Come on!
We've only been on here for 2 hours.
Come on!
Keys to the game. The same keys as mostly. It's going to be one in the trenches, right? Offensive line, defensive line. Got to get pressure and contain. Really, with the Colts, we have to stop that run game. If we can stop that run game like we did in Seattle, they're going to struggle.
Yeah,
it's that simple because they're without some of their weapons, and then Tron's gonna have to be sticky on Downs. Downs is a good player,
right?
Ooh, right. Sticky on Downs. And that's what she said. Ooh. All right. Offensively, Josh is gonna have to take the cheese. You know, just like you did last week. Take what they give you. If it's a 3 yard and cloud of dust like it was last week, just be patient, brother. Those big plays will come once you get your guys back.
Good keys to the game. And we've been on here 2 hours.
Listen here, Spin. I gave you 2 hours of content. Shut up.
Oh, Spin, man. Unreal, man.
It's fun. It's fun. But I'll be back tomorrow.
Shut up, boo.
I want 2 more. Well, Spin, I'll be back tomorrow at 2 Eastern.
That's true.
2 Eastern? Yeah,
2 Eastern. Yeah,
2 Eastern? 11 Pacific. 11 Pacific for some fantasy football show. Come join us. I'll tell you who to start so you lose, and you can watch how we eat pepper.
It's Mikey's his whole idea for the fantasy football show was to fuck people over all year in fantasy football. To give the worst advice every week.
That's why I brought Howie.
Yeah, I think this week, guys, hot waiver wire. You should pick up Virgil. Yep. Virgil's a good play.
Man, you got a thing for Virgil, don't you?
I do. I really do. Yeah.
Thank you for riding with us. Now we're just kind of going off the rails here.
Right.
Damn, Mikey math is hard. The biggest time difference is 3 hours. Yes, Mikey math is hard.
Mikey math is hard. Yep.
Yeah. Mikey math is hard.
I'm Prison Mike.
All right.
Watch yourself.
That's right. All right, guys. So, Bills Mafia, we love you. As always, go Bills. We're out of here. Peace.
Bills.
Go Bills, man.